Another week of WildFit, another video. I honestly hadn't thought I'd last this long in creating videos, but here we are. How are you all doing? Hope you're doing great. I am mostly okay. So this week was the week of cutting out alcohol and caffeine, which meant the remaining bits of chocolate that I could have, and of course, most importantly, my daily cup of coffee were out. Now, I've long thought about having a bit of a break from caffeine, since there's recommendations to not permanently be drinking caffeine and have a break every once in a while to let your adrenals recover. But I always thought I would be able to easily do it, but I never actually tested that out because there was always an excuse like, yeah, I can try it out and I know I can do it, but why would I want to do it right now? Because I like coffee, and why cut it out right now? It's not the right time. So forcing me helped here. I have now not had caffeine since a week. Like Sunday morning was my last cup of coffee, and I was pleasantly surprised to be right about not needing caffeine. And I really don't think that I've noticed much this week versus having coffee in the morning. What I thought was actually going to be most difficult was my ritual of making coffee in the morning. I had some tea that I could make at that time without caffeine, of course, but I just didn't really feel like it, and I just skipped it without any effort. I didn't really long for coffee at all this week, so that's good to know. That all said, this week hasn't been the easiest week. I mostly think it's the heat this week that got to me, but I've been feeling really sluggish most days and getting really tired really early, especially on the warmer days. It could have to do with the caffeine, but this already started on like Saturday and Sunday when I still was having coffee. And I know historically that I'm not that great with warmth, so it most likely is the high temperatures here, especially in my house, and being behind the computer the whole morning with just this pressing heat in the room that just doesn't feel great. But other than that, it's just been the same as the week before. So pretty good. Interesting observation this week was on those days that I felt most tired, I also felt not quite myself. And on those days, like the food devil came up the strongest, and I was noticing a lot of conversations in my head around, okay, but I want to have something that'll make me feel better. Seeing this most clearly now, when I know that this entire week and the weeks before I've been building up all my levels of vitamins and nutrients, so there's no shortage in that. I knew I've been eating more than I have been eating for years, probably, so there's definitely no shortage there. Drinking more water, all of those things checked. Still feeling that it just really underlines how that craving was purely a response to mentally and physically not feeling the greatest. It's very good to see it this way, because even if you sort of know or suspect that that's the case, you never really know, except now isolating it out, taking away all other variables. That made it very easy, even though those things kept coming up, made it very easy to just say, yeah, but I don't need to eat anything. I don't need to eat anything special right now. I just don't need to. I have had enough. There's no reason. What else can I do right now to feel better, instead of just stuff my face with whatever sugar? This, of course, in the long run, I expect will help me to really solve those, I wouldn't call them problems, but negative moments in a more constructive way. Infinitely using sugar to handle what I don't want to feel is not very constructive and not very healthy. Now that it really becomes clear when I am not feeling the greatest, when I'm not feeling my highest, I can just look into it and say, okay, maybe I didn't sleep well, or maybe like these days I was just very warm. Is there something I can do about that right now? A couple of times when I was tired this week, just take a nap, see if that helps. That usually helps in those cases. Or maybe I'm feeling bad for whatever other reason, and then often, I don't know, do meditation, do quantum flow, do something else that's fun but not destructive. So it's really cool to see how changing my mind around food, my thoughts around food, is also helping me get healthier in other ways than just eating healthier. Anyway, that's it for me this week. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked it, and stick around if you want to see more. So we're cutting this out.